Hi there and welcome to this week's vlog. Now, I was hoping to record this week's vlog outside because we are spending this week in the beautiful island of Anglesey, north west Wales. A beautiful little island, and this time last year, which was January 2023, I was here, Sue and I were here with my four sisters and their husbands. So 10 of us all together. We had a fantastic time. We were blessed with great weather. We had some great experiences, visited different places, not always all together, but we always got together in the evening or sometime during the day. And it was great to spend time together, which we don't normally have opportunity to do through the year. And in fact, we loved it so much that we thought we'd do it again this year. We're actually, as a matter of interest, staying at a place called Hentlys, Henllys, and that is very near to Beaumaris, so a beautiful part of the country, lots of places to explore. So we set up, we booked the opportunity, and not long after Christmas, we were all due to come and spend another week together, looking forward to it. Unfortunately, one of my sisters, Mary, was taken quite poorly a few days before, perhaps a week or so before we were due to travel, and sadly she wasn't well enough to make the trip. So there's only 9 of us this year, and I've just been thinking about that. We do miss Mary a lot. She adds a lot to our family group, and though we've been obviously in communication with her through WhatsApp and what have you, we've had a great time, another great time. We've been blessed with sunshine most days. We've had some great times together. It's not been quite the same without Mary. And the hopeful good news is that we've booked again for next year, this time next year. So we're hoping and praying that all 10 of us will be together next year. But as I've been pondering on the fact that we are one short this year, my mind turned to the 15th chapter of St. Luke's Gospel, where Luke writes about 3 stories that Jesus told about something that had been lost. The first one is about a lost sheep. A shepherd had 100 sheep in his flock, and he noticed that one had gone missing. Now you might say, well, he's got 99. What's he worried about? Never mind about the one. But no, he leaves the 99 and goes looking for the one. He says he looked until he found it. And when he found it, he brought it back rejoicing. And he had a great party to celebrate the fact that the sheep that was lost had been found. So the shepherd was so caring for the one that was lost. He didn't just disregard it. He went looking for the lost. The second story that Jesus told, the shorter story, is about a woman who had, I think, 10 silver coins, and she noticed that one was missing. And again, Jesus said she swept and swept, looked around the house, did everything she could until eventually she found it. And again, when she found the one coin that was lost, she had a celebration. She told her neighbours, and she was so full of joy over the one that had been lost but was now found. And then the final story is the story of what we often hear called the prodigal son, but you could call him the lost son. A son who was the youngest son of 2. He got fed up working for his dad. He says, "Dad, I want my inheritance now." Normally, when the father died, the inheritance would be divided up. But the youngest son says, "Look, I want mine now." In other words, he might say he was saying to his dad, I wish you were dead so that I could have my inheritance. So his dad gave him the inheritance. He went away, squandered it. And so the story goes, he eventually came to his senses. He realized he was desperate. All his friends that he had when he had money had deserted him. He was starving. He was in a desperate situation. So he said, "I'm going to go home and say sorry to my dad." And he says, "I know I'm not worthy to be a son. Can I be a servant?" That's what he's planned to do. But it appears that every day since the son had left, his father was standing, looking, longing for his son to return. He wasn't angry. He wasn't bitter. He wasn't after revenge. But he's desperate in love for his son to return. And the son came back, and He ran to him, threw his arms around him, welcomed him, and again he had a big party to celebrate that the one who was lost has been found. So each of these stories shows the importance of the one. And we see in Jesus' ministry often he was surrounded by crowds, but he would stop for the one. Perhaps Bartimaeus by the roadside, the woman who'd been ill for many years, the person with leprosy. He just stops for the one. He cares for the one. Zacchaeus up the tree, the tax collector. And that's a challenge for us. Do we stop for the one who is in need before us? And on the other side of it, we might feel we're isolated, alone. We're just on our own. But that doesn't stop God loving us with an immense love that we can never fathom. God has great love for the one, as we should too. We might feel that I am the one. God loves us. And so we give thanks to God. We're coming towards the end of our time here in Anglesey, travelling home tomorrow. And, there's a year to go, but we're hoping and praying that we'll all be back again next year, including our lost sheep. So God bless you. Thank you so much for listening today.